Nigeria boarding schools have become a hunting ground for kidnappers. What can be done to secure the schools in the northern region?
Yeah, the kidnapping industry is actually, more like a form of a war economy, a form of a cartel with, different stakeholders, security agencies, traditional rulers, local stakeholders are all complicit in that crime. I'm not the one saying it. There are, intelligence reports affirming that. And now, what the government needs to do is, in order to reverse this dangerous, this escalating, situation, is to actually invest a lot in intelligence gathering in order to ensure that we're able to track the activities of those criminal elements. Because most of them use their cell phones to actually call, the families of their victims to negotiate ransom and other arrangements. So we need to build a strong capability in order and ability to track them, to pursue them wherever they are, not just to track them, because tracking is just one aspect of actually knowing what they are doing. But then, how do you stop them? Is actually by, building a strong offensive capability that will create some form of deterrent force, deterrent intervention that will, send the right message to those criminals that they can never get away with their crimes, and that wherever they are, whoever is behind them, you're going to read them, you're going to get them, and you're going to bring them to justice.
I would like to ask, how much has education in the region been affected, and what is the future analysis for children in the northern Nigerian zone? They kidnap for ransom, and it seems like the industry is growing, like it's just growing so fast, and it's not just the well-off, it is those that are at risk.
The county officials and the judges in the various counties in Texas, the mayors of the cities need to understand that what is going
So the effects, are actually quite devastating, because already northern Nigeria is Nigeria's educationally less developed region. And if you look at, we have the highest number of out of school children than anywhere in the world. Now, coupled with what's happening in the name of Boko Haram insurgency, this attack on education in northern Nigeria will have quite, enormous consequences for the future of the region, for the future of our kids, and for the future of the region. And today we're seeing that all the gains that we've been making, we've been trying to make in terms of, fighting illiteracy, in terms of developing human capital, are risks being reversed because of the actions of those criminal elements and the attack on education facilities, on students in our local communities. The kidnapping industry is actually, more like a form of a war economy, a form of a cartel with, different stakeholders, security agencies, traditional rulers, local stakeholders are all complicit in that crime. I'm not the one saying it. There are, intelligence reports affirming that. And now, what the government needs to do is, in order to reverse this dangerous, this escalating, situation, is to actually invest a lot in intelligence gathering in order to ensure that we're able to track the activities of those criminal elements. Because most of them use their cell phones to actually call, the families of their victims to negotiate ransom and other arrangements. So we need to build a strong capability in order and ability to track them, to pursue them wherever they are, not just to track them, because tracking is just one aspect of actually knowing what they are doing. But then, how do you stop them? Is actually by, building a strong offensive capability that will create some form of deterrent force, deterrent intervention that will, send the right message to those criminals that they can never get away with their crimes, and that wherever they are, whoever is behind them, you're going to read them, you're going to get them, and you're going to bring them to justice.
Thank you very much for coming on board, Ahmed Musa Hussein. Ahmed Musa Hussein is a public affairs analyst who's joined me via a video call discussing education in the northern region of Nigeria. We also have Dr. Samuel Usman, a public health practitioner, standing by on a phone call to discuss AstraZeneca vaccine for Nigerians. But then, let's go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Wow. Please, you guys need to come and see this thing. So there's this guy in my area called Lord Spark. You don't see him during the day, but at night, He's very active. I went to the police, man. I was scared though. They were nice to me and all, and they promised to protect my identity. 3 days later, the police showed up at Lord Park's door.
Gang, see action.
When the guy sees search warrant, think calm down. The police wasted no time. They went straight to where the guns were hidden. Then do their investigation wella. They were arrested and charged to court the next day for theft, illegal possession of firearms, and resisting arrest. And stolen cars were recovered.
Don't mean it. Our Nigeria police, if it happen,
With good laws,
proper funding,
Training.
and cooperation.
if it happens.
Welcome back. The first batch of Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccines from India landed in Nigeria. The capital landed in Abuja, I beg your pardon, the capital of Nigeria on Tuesday. About 3.4 million doses of the vaccine arrived at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport via an Emirates flight. Nigeria is the third West African country to receive vaccine under COVAX, a global scheme to provide free vaccinations. On Monday, Dr. Fasai Shuaib, the Executive Director of the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, said President Muhammadu Buhari and Vice President Yemi Osinbajo will be among the first set of Nigerians to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. Shuaib said they will receive the vaccine on live television and assured Nigerians that all necessary safety and quality control measures have been put in place for the arrival, storage, and successful administration of the first batch of the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. He said after clearance by the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, frontline health workers and support staff will be vaccinated in the first phase. Phase 2, 3, and 4 will target the elderly, those who suffer from 2 or more diseases, and citizens between the age of 18 and 49 respectively. The NAFDAC will analyze a sample of vaccine on Wednesday and Thursday, while the campaign is expected to begin today, Friday. Meanwhile, leaders and top government officials will get vaccinated on March 8th. Very much online with us, we have Dr. Samuel Usman, a public health practitioner, on the phone. He is also the chief of PT4 group of polio projects. Dr. Usman, if you can hear me, what does vaccination mean for Nigeria? Now, what does this vaccination mean for Nigeria? What is the essence, the benefit of being vaccinated?
What this vaccine means for Nigerians is that Nigerians from 18 years and above have now the opportunity to be vaccinated against the dreaded coronavirus. And what this vaccine will do is to reduce hospital admissions and the severity of the disease amongst Nigerians, and also protect them and those around them from contracting the coronavirus that causes COVID-19. So overall, we're going to see an improvement in the number of people who are protected, a reduction in number of people who are likely to be infected, and a reduction in hospital admissions from COVID-19. And above all, an improvement in quality of life for those who are either exposed or those who are at risk from either their occupation or their way of life. And also overall an improvement in our economy, because we know the devastating effect that COVID-19 has on the economy. Thank you.
When one is vaccinated, would you stop wearing a mask at all? Like, would you be immune to COVID-19? Does it stop the transmission?
When vaccinated, you are protected from contracting the virus, and you are immune from contracting the virus and from the severe form of the disease. That is for those who have already contracted the virus. And also, you are not able to transmit the virus when you are vaccinated. However, it doesn't prevent you from being infected again if you expose yourself. So being vaccinated does not mean you should stop using your face mask, does not mean you should stop physical and social distancing, does not mean you should go to overcrowded places, does not mean you should stop washing your hands, does not mean you should stop sanitizing your hands. It just means that you are now protected, and you also have to continue to protect yourself and protect others by adhering to infection prevention and control protocols. Thank you.
Also, I would like to ask, coming from the government, is there any security measure on these COVID-19 vaccines? Like, what is the government doing to ensure that it is not tainted and it is not defiled?
The government of Nigeria, through the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency and the Federal Ministry of Health, has put in place robust security measures to ensure that the vaccines are safe, they are protected, and they are of good quality to be administered. There's no chance they can be tainted because these vaccines are under lock and key in adequately prepared cold chain facilities in the National Strategic Cold Chain Store, which has security measures in place. There's no room for any of the vaccines to be tainted or to be defiled. These vaccines are being protected with a very coordinated system that involves the Nigeria Police, the Air Force, the Army, the Navy, the Department of State Service, that is the DSS, and then the Nigeria Civil Defense Corps. So there's no chance that these vaccines will either be accessed by unauthorized persons or be defiled or tainted.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Samuel Usman, for coming on board. Dr. Samuel Usman is a public health practitioner and also chief of party core group of Polio Project. And that is how we end it for today. You can always engage with us online. Our website, www.publicintelwithdakore.org, has more security stories. You can send us an email using publicintelwithdakore@gmail.com. Connect and interact with us on all social media platforms. On Instagram and Facebook, it is @publicintelwithdakore. And on Twitter, it is PI with Dakore. On YouTube, it is Public Intel Space with Dakore. COVID-19 is real. Ensure to follow all protocols. Advise people around you to be good citizens of our dear country. Be vigilant in your environment and report threatening activities to security operatives. Thank you for being part of today's edition. I am Dakore Ekpendu. See you next week. And as usual, we are leaving some security quotes for your digest.